Welcome back for the fourth quarter of high school basketball on DouglasCounty.com. It's all Arthur Levington tonight. The Knights lead 56-33 in this non-conference game over the Windsor Blue Devils. Chris Patton and Luke Johnson here with you from Arthur. Arthur got a big lead early going to the three-point line, and they've maintained this lead just by taking it to the basket.
And you're gonna see a lot of patience here. I was gonna say a lot of drives to the basket, but there's a three there by Jeremy Plank, number 4 for Arthur, and a quick hit ahead and a turnover for Windsor.
Cole Garman, number 13, into the game. He saw a little action in the first half. He's back in there now. Also out there, I see number 32, Noah Yantis. 4, Jeremy Plank with it, kicks it over to 32 Yantis, down into the corner to 13. Garman puts it up, it's long, but it's rebounded by Jeremy Plank. Does a little spin move, tried to put it back up. Instead, it's knocked away by Windsor's 14, Alex Allen. Knights will inbound along the baseline under their basket.
And it looks like Windsor's kind of in a 2-3 matchup zone almost. There's been a couple of guys who went man-to-man during that last possession. But Arthur gets a layup there, and number 4, Jeremy Plank, right in the middle of the lane.
Jeremy Plank gets his 10th point of the night. Arthur's going to have a fair amount of guys in double digits when we tally things up here at the end of the night. And unfortunately for Windsor, their double-digit stats going to be turnovers. 58-33, 6:57 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
I mean, it's definitely something that Windsor's going to have to work on, but, I mean, it's very tough. Like we've said, it is very tough to play this full court pressure from Arthur because of their quick hands, their quick feet. And it's 5, 6, 7, 8 guys into the bench. They're all the same. I mean, it's the same player coming in initially for everybody. They shoot well, they pass well, they dribble well, they're quick, they have good defensive stances, their hands are always active, and they rotate.
They're going to be a bad matchup for a lot of teams. I just don't see, we haven't seen a ton of teams yet so far this year, and especially, some of the teams they'll match up with in conference play, but there was so many guys that kind of do a similar thing and then just pester the heck out of you. They're going to be tough matchups for a lot of people. They might get exploited inside somewhere down along the line, but that might be later on in the year.
That's what I was going to say. Their one weakness might be the inside game because they really don't have any size, minus some of the thinner, taller guys that come off the bench later on.
But, with that all being said, and what we've said is that, if a team doesn't have somebody that can get the ball to a big guy, if it's a guy that just plays in the post and doesn't come out and kind of, do what modern big men kind of do, if he can't get the ball, there's nothing he's going to be able to do.
Exactly, and that's where the pressure comes in for Arthur. They pressure so hard, the passing for the opposing team is going to be rough.
Back and forth action here so far in the fourth quarter. 58-33, Knights up 25 over Windsor. 5:58 left to go. Number 14, Alex Allen at the free throw line for the Blue Devils. He misses the first one. Halftime, Allen had 7 points. He has 7 more so far here in the second half, so he's got 14 points now. He's really done a nice job, kind of quietly. Just because when you're down 25, it's not really sticking out a whole lot.
And to me, that's impressive because he's the guy that usually brings the ball up the floor against this Arthur pressure, and he's using a lot of energy to get that ball to their end.
That foul for Arthur Levington went against number 2, Clayton Hahn. He's bringing the ball up across half court right now. That's his 3rd. Knight's going to work around here a little bit. 32, Noah Yantis, I'm sorry. Fed along the baseline there. Garman goes up with it and gets bumped as he gets up in the air.
Good backdoor cut. Caught the defender sleeping.
Still doing things fundamentally sound here so far in the fourth quarter with his big lead are the Knights. Foul went against Kyle Piedro for Windsor, his first. Free throw, no good for Cole Garman. Second one also no good.
And that's another thing, when you get up big in games like this early on in the season, that gives your bench a lot of playing time so that if they're needed, later on in the postseason, they're prepared to come in and play well.
And I'm guessing it's a nice reward for those practice guys, the guys that don't get a lot of time. We see what the intensity is like in games. I'm guessing an Arthur Levington practice is very similar. So that's a nice reward to those guys for putting in such hard hours in practice that to get some time to shine here in a game like this. Taking it to the basket, putting it up and down, Jeremy Plank. Plank with 12, 60-34. 26-point lead for the Knights. More new faces getting ready to head to the scorer's table. 4:55 left to go here in the game. Windsor kicking it around. 24. Tristan Warner with it now. This is in the corner to 10. Haddock. The foul called against the Blue Devils underneath the basket when the shot went up.
And a nifty move from Windsor's Tristan Warren there. A little between the legs action. A good pass to the three-point shooter on the outside. Just happened to miss that one.
Tristan Warner gets the foul called, his third. 5th team foul against Windsor. Some new faces into Arthur. 10 is Nathan Rose. He gives it to 32, Noah Yantis. Yantis stripped as he tried to go up for the shot. Down the other end, shot contested, and then another shot put back up, and hitting the deck hard was 22, Hayden Cole. That made a pretty loud sound. He hit his tailbone or something.
Yeah, he definitely hit the ground hard on that one.
Foul goes against Arthur Lovington's number 34, Stephen Wright.
And I think what you're seeing a lot from Arthur is the JV guys that didn't actually have a game earlier on.
Yeah, that's kind of what Coach Schuring's going to call a little timeout here and just kind of make sure everything's straightened out, make sure everybody knows what they're doing, and make sure everybody's on the same page. I believe we've seen number 1, Hunter Cam, out there for the Knights. Also, number 3, Tanner Brewer. So 1, Hunter Cam, 3, Tanner Brewer, 34, Stephen Wright, 32, Noah Yantis, and then back here, number 10, Nathan Rose. Wright got that foul called against him. Cole puts up the free throw. It's good. He's got 3 tonight.
You know, we don't say it much, but Windsor's actually been pretty accurate from the free throw line. We watch a lot of games where the free throw line stymies some people, and I hope I did not just jinx him. And I did.
Yeah, it's that old announcer's curse.
Yeah, talked about it before it happened.
Yep. I'm glad he's not from one of the county schools. Somebody could get an email over that.
Yeah.
60-35, Arthur Levington leads over Windsor. 4 minutes left to go. Number 1, Hunter Cam, puts it up and in.
Good pass on the baseline, and then Hunter Cam knocks down the baseline jumper.
Love to see that when these guys that work so hard in practice get things paid off in the game. Nice little pass there. Nobody was really sure where that was going. I think it kind of froze Arthur Levington in their tracks. And the basket is up and in for Kyle Piedro. He's getting his first 2 points of the night. There we go, Noah Yantis. You can tell who's really liked by the crowd because when the shot goes down, the big cheer goes up. Pass fed in, couldn't get a handle on it, and then Johnny on the spot to take it away is Nathan Rose. He's gonna run the point and bring it down, pass it off to number 1, Hunter Cam. He gets his chance, he's just a little long, tipped away though, and Yantis chases it down and then dishes it right back to Stephen Wright, who was the one to knock it away in the first place. 32, Yantis with it. He's gonna pull up from the free throw line and draws just a little bit of iron. Attempted a save. Does it pay off? Yes, it does. 3, Tanner Brewer able to save it. Gets fed inside to Wright. Lefty layup's good.
And excellent ball movement by Arthur there, keeping it moving around this side of the court, around this side of their offense. And open layup on a second chance. Good save.
3 of these 5 guys have already scored here for Arthur Lovington. Trying to feed the post, so we're going to get a jump ball. 66-37. Number 12, Nicholas Hutchison back in. And then Arthur's going to also bring in Colton Yeakley. And who else was that came back in? Number 13, Cole Garman. 2:40 left to go, 66-37. Looks like Hayden Cole's going to take a seat. Gets a nice standing ovation from his teammates for Windsor. Shot put up and good by 24, Tristan Warner. I believe he has also reached double digits with 10. 66-39. We're going to get a travel called against Cole Garman, number 13 for Arthur Lovington.
He didn't know what he wanted to do there. Shoot or drive in, and then he saw a wide open lane and shuffled his feet.
Caught up in between there, couldn't make up his mind. He get called for the turnover. Drive to the basket, kick into the corner. Number 10 puts one up, and it's good. Mitchell Haddock from 3, his second three-pointer of the night. 8 points for him. 66-42, and then 24, Tristan Warner knocks it away and knocks it into the first row of Arthur Lovington students. .13 Cole Garman with it, dishes it off to 3 Tanner Brewer. Back out top to 10, over to 34 Stephen Wright. Inside to 54 Yeakley. A little move, put up, fights through a hand there and puts it up, and got a nice look. Even though the hand was on the ball, it didn't fall down though. Windsor takes it.
Number 50, Rylan Ard, with a nice block there, got a hand on that shot.
24, Tristan Warner. Shot comes up from number 12 over here. Nicholas Hutchison, no good. Rebounded by the Knights, who are going to push it ahead. Gets it ahead to 13, Garman. Back out to 10, Rose. Kicked it over here into the corner down by us. 3, that's Tanner Brewer with it. Dishes it back out to 10, Nathan Rose. 34 Wright into 54 Yeakley. Shot put up and tried to bank it home a little too long. Tipped around though, 10 ends up with it. Shot goes up, shot goes down, and Nathan Rose goes to the free throw line.
And crashing the boards hard still. I mean, that's 2 or 3 offensive rebounds they've gotten and second chances on. And Arthur's subs, JV team, out hustling the Windsor Ball Club right now.
Nathan Rose, 5'9", 135-pound junior guard, doing some work in the land of the Giants. Foul for Windsor goes against number 50, Rylan Ard, his first. Line drive free throw goes down.
How did that clear the front of the rim?
Nathan Rose with 3 points tonight. It's a 27-point lead for Arthur Lovington. 1 minute left to go in the game. 69-42. It has been all night tonight. Windsor shot up for 3, no good. Who's going to come away with it? It's 32. It's Noah Yontis. Nathan Rose has it. Now it's with number 11, Hunter Cam. He's going to pull up just inside the three-point line and knock it down. Hunter Cam with his fourth point of the evening. 71-42. 29-point lead.
Good execution by Arthur again. Saw he had a wide open jumper, took it.
Still pressuring a little too much there on defense, and it allowed Rylan Ard to get the ball and then make it to the basket. It's the first 2 points for Rylan Ard tonight for Windsor. 71-44, and the Knights are just going to let the final seconds roll off the clock. Arthur Lovington's going to improve to 9-1. Windsor is going to drop to 1-9. There's the final horn. Our final score tonight, 71-44. The Arthur Lovington Knights take down Windsor.
I mean, you saw 2 sides of Arthur tonight. In the first half, you saw a lot of threes, a lot of open jumpers. They did knock down the majority of those threes and the majority of those shots. They crashed the boards decently well in the first half. And then during halftime, they just kind of flipped the switch and they started going into the post, making drives to the basket, finding open kicks maybe for little jumpers. They really only took a couple of three-pointers in the second half, still crashing the offensive glass really well though, and a lot of second chance points, and Windsor just didn't have an answer for all the pressure they were getting from Arthur, which is something that we've talked about every time we have done a game here on DouglasCountyDigest.com. Arthur's guards are just manhandling ball handlers right now. They're quick, agile, great defensive stances. They're moving their feet, and they have great rotations behind them. Whenever they do get beat, which is rare, they have guys behind them that rotate over to stop them from getting to the basket. And Windsor just didn't have an answer. They had pretty good performances from number 24, Tristan Warren, and number 14, Alex Allen, who I believe did the majority of the point scoring for him. But I mean, just not enough to counteract the Arthur team.
And yeah, like you said, it's nice if you're Dale Shuren, it's nice to know you've got that three-point game there, and then you've also what you worked on tonight. You did a really good job getting in the lane. Now I know it might be harder against some bigger teams, but you know you're kind of fluent in both those things. You can go one way or the other, and even on nights where you're not going to score 71 points, you know you've got that defense that can really crank it up and just be a thorn in the side to most of the teams in the Little Okaw Valley Conference and then into regionals after that. Looking at the Arthur Levington schedule, it looks like maybe one more non-conference game against Argenta Oriena before they really dive into the LOVC action. Yeah, there's a couple more down the stretch here in February, and then they play in a shootout. But for the most part, it's LOVC from here on out. So it's time for some big stakes. Let's give you the scoring here. 71-49 or 71-44 is our final score. For Windsor, we have Alex Allen for 15. They had 2 points we didn't get accounted for right off the bat. Right. I'm going to give them to Alex Allen because he did most of the scoring tonight. Chances are he was probably the one that scored those. Alex Allen was 17. Tristan Warner had 10. Mitchell Haddock with 8. 3 points for Hayden Cole. 2 points for Kyle Piedro, Spencer Blackburn, and Rylan Ard. Windsor checks in tonight with 44, and as we said, they fall to 1-9. For the victorious Arthur Levington Knights, who improved to 9-1. 3 guys in double digits. See, they combine those two. Tyler Shuren led the way with 14, and then Jeremy Plank and Avery Schrock both had 12. 8 points for Curtis Plank, 6 points for Caleb Schrock, 5 points for Clayton Hahn, 4 points for Hunter Cam there in the fourth quarter. 3 points for Colton Yeakley, and Nathan Rose also had 3 points. And then rounding out the scoring tonight with 2 points each, Noah Yantis and Stephen Wright. So it's a big win for Arthur Levington. They fell behind 0-4 and then took off from there. And our final score tonight, 71-49. So for Luke Johnson, I'm Chris Patton. Thanks for watching high school basketball on DouglasCountyDigest.com.